Michael came home from one of his many business trips and discovered that his house was destroyed by a tornado. Then each of his 3 sons appeared one by one with something shocking to say, and Michael couldn't believe it. Before the video starts, please subscribe to join our community. Your support helps us grow, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest content. Michael got out of his car in Oklahoma and was shocked by the scene before him. Several people were gathered around his house witnessing the surprising spectacle before them. Something was happening, and Michael worried he hadn't been home in years and couldn't imagine why so many folks were around his house. No one lived there anymore. What is going on? He wondered, pulling up to a parking spot nearby. It was something worse. His house was completely destroyed. The house was located in a small town, but it was apart from other houses, so there seemed to be no other damage except to his beautiful estate, the home where he had raised his 3 sons after the untimely death of his wife Clarice. He had several other properties, and his children, now grown-ups, had their own homes around the rest of Oklahoma. He hadn't returned to town or seen them in years, but he still felt sad and shocked that this place was gone. His heart started racing, and he worried about the money they would need to repair it. He could afford it, certainly, but he was concerned. Suddenly, a voice to his left interrupted his worried thoughts. "Don't worry, Dad. We sold the house recently," Stuart, his firstborn, revealed. Michael couldn't believe it. "Really? Wow, son, what luck!" He was relieved that they wouldn't have to worry. Although he felt a little guilty for the new buyer, suddenly another voice sounded from his right. It was his second son, Sean, who had another shocking statement to make. "Well, actually, Stuart, the buyer only made a partial payment. They are definitely going to back out now," he revealed. Once again, Michael felt his heartbeat quicken. "Oh no, you're right, son. There's no way they would buy this now. We're going to have to spend so much money to get the house back to its former glory. The buyers are going to ask for their money back." "Yeah," Sean agreed and pursed his lips as they all turned and looked at the damage. The other people standing around the house started leaving, and Michael, Stuart, and Sean approached the damage. "So why did you sell the house, boys?" Michael asked, not knowing that their sons had such a plan in place. "You're never here, Dad, and we thought it would be better. Of course we were going to give you the money." Stuart began kicking some of the debris around. Stuart was right. Michael went on so many business trips a year that he was never home. It didn't seem right for this house to be empty all the time. A family should live here now. Sean chimed in, "Well, that's all moot now anyway. I'll call the realtor. They'll have to tell the buyer." "That's not necessary," a new voice called their attention. They all turned to see Michael's 3rd son, Charles, approaching the house and looking at all the damage. "I was the buyer." "What?" Michael said, shocked once again. His son sure knew how to stir his emotions, but Charles's words were the most surprising. "Why would you do that? It's your house too." Sean complained to his little brother, "I wanted to buy it from Dad. I love this place. I moved out only because our society makes us move out at 18. But this is, well, was the perfect home to live in. It's the best house for a family. And I think I'm ready to start my own, but I asked the realtor to keep my name a secret. I wanted to buy it in full. I knew you two would offer it at a lower price if you knew." Charles explained his intentions, placing his hands in his pockets and shrugging. His brothers laughed at the strange situation, and Michael looked at each of them with fondness. They had become great men, almost on their own, because he was always away traveling and making money. But then he thought about life and how easily your emotions could change. You can be happy one moment and everything can change the next. "Okay, we have a lot of work to do, boys. Let's call and hire some people. We'll get this house back up in Charles. You only need to pay your brothers for it. It's yours if you want it," Michael stated. The brothers grinned and nodded at their father. What can we learn from this story? Emotions are powerful. Michael's emotions went through many changes quickly as his children made shocking statements. Life can surprise you. Their house was destroyed by a tornado, and they discovered that Charles had been the buyer. It's strange how easily life can create plot twists.